Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, this is one that I've kind of been putting off for a long time. So I think with makeup, we all get in our comfort zones, right? We all know what colors we like best on ourselves. And if we're running out the door, we know to put those colors on. We have specific techniques that once we lock them down, we tend to stay in them and not stray too much. And here's the thing, makeup is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to experiment a little. You're supposed to have fun with it. And I know we all have those things that we hate on ourselves, but why do we hate those things? So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to take makeup products, specific makeup products, makeup techniques, makeup styles that I particularly hate on myself, and I want to try to make them look good. I want to try to feel good in them, because there have been times where I've come on here and I've been like, y'all, I straight up hate this. And you guys are like, no, it looks great. But I want to love it on myself, because it should be about expanding your horizons and doing things that push you outside of your comfort zone, right? Especially with makeup, because it's just stupid fun. Nobody needs makeup. No one needs to wear makeup. We wear it because we enjoy wearing it. So yeah, today I am going to be doing a bunch of things, and my goal is not to make it look like shit. It's not to be like this, oh my God, look how terrible I look and joke video. This is supposed to be me genuinely trying to make these types of things look good on me. And maybe they won't. Maybe they will absolutely look like hammered shit on me, and that's fine too. That's fine too. But I do want to try them. So the things that I'm going to be trying today are things that I love the look on other people, but on myself, I don't usually, but today I will. I am going to be trying medium to full coverage foundation. Now, this is most people's norm, I feel like, but for me, I like a light to barely noticeable coverage on myself, okay? So I'm gonna be trying something that's a little more full coverage, a little more perfecting, I guess you'd say. Then I am also gonna try a little bit more of a severe contour than I usually do, and I'm gonna try to bake. Again, this is something I like it when it's on other people, but on myself, like, I think it's just, I don't love the feeling of makeup on my face. I really don't, but I want to see just how it looks. Like, maybe this is cool for photos at some point, or maybe this is fun just for like changing it up a little. So we've got the foundation, we've got the contour, we've got the baking. I don't know what I'm going to do for blush and highlighter yet, because I do experiment kind of regularly with those, but for the eyes, we're going to be doing a pink eyeshadow look. Pink eyeshadow is a lot of people's go-to neutral, okay? Those like really pretty, soft spring looks. When I do pink eyeshadow, I feel like I look like I am at the height of spring in Maryland, when every tree is vomiting its nectar into the air and making me allergic to everything. But today, I really do want to try to make it look good. I want to try to feel good in it. Maybe it'll be a nice, soft, pinky, peachy look. I just want to do something soft, but definitely pink. And I'm not talking about hot pink, because for some reason, I don't feel that awkward in hot, electric hot pink. But in normal, neutral pinks, I feel fucking weird, okay? Then, the last thing we are going to try. Y'all know that I don't love wearing lashes. I don't love it. It just feels so heavy on my eye, but it's something I want to get better at, because I feel like for pictures or for special events, I almost always notice it when babes are in like big freaking eyelashes, and it can look amazing and really set off a look. So I just want to try it. Now, I know a soft pink look with a big eyelash probably might look a little crazy, but I want to try it anyway, because today's just about trying techniques. Okay, getting this hair out of my face, I want to start with foundation. So I am going to put on a primer. I don't have any primers I hate or the quality that I hate, so I'm just going to be using the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I wanted to use something specifically that's not incredibly dewy, because a lot of my primers are very, very dewy. So I wanted to keep this one not necessarily matte, but just a little more matte than usual. This really is a fantastic primer, by the way. I think if you have drier skin, I feel like it's almost like a second moisturizer on your skin. I already do have my skincare on, by the way, but I just really like the feel of this one. It has a little tiny bit of tackiness to it, but not much. For this foundation, I have had a love-hate with this one, and I feel like maybe this might be its last chance to kind of redeem itself. So this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. When I hear the word serum, I picture light coverage. I picture smoothing. I picture all those things. This is definitely a much fuller coverage foundation than I'm used to. So a little bit goes an extremely long way. I don't even know how to apply this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply it with a brush and then kind of bounce it in with a wet beauty blender. But this stuff, when I say a little bit goes a long way, let me show you what I'm going to do. Did you see that? Do you see that one teeny tiny drop? Watch how long this goes. Oh, but I'm going to have to build it up. I'm definitely going to build it up into medium to full coverage. Okay, that one drop was comically small. Can't even see a difference. But just to keep it even, we'll do one more drop on the other side of the face. Now, to be honest, this is the kind of coverage I usually prefer, like a light coverage where maybe some skin is showing through or some freckles are showing through and there's like still a dewiness to it, but that's not what we're going today. So I'm going to do 2 drops. Oh gosh, and that's going to go on 1/2. Whew, okay. So I don't know how easy it is to see on camera, but my freckles are like almost all but gone there, whereas they're really coming through on this side. But it still actually isn't looking bad at all. Like, I don't even think I need to pounce it in. I think it's actually fine with a brush. So again, on the other side, we are going to do 1, 2 more drops. I did decide to pounce it in just a very little bit to get rid of any brush strokes. But what I find interesting is that to most people, this probably isn't even full coverage, but this is pretty full coverage for me. Like the fact that, again, I can't really see my freckles. I can see a couple over here and some dark spots, but like it's fairly covered. But I am surprised at the glow that's still coming through because I do not like matte foundation. If I had a matte foundation, that would be in this video because that would be the whole point. But so far, I don't hate this, but I do feel the need to powder a bit. So let's start with powder. Before I go in with the contour even, I want to powder certain spots just to make sure. And one kind of powder I don't usually love is a loose powder. If I'm gonna powder, I usually prefer pressed, but today we're gonna go for loose. So this is the ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder, and the shade in this is translucent. So I think the way I wanna do this, I think I wanna use my beauty sponge. And I'm only just gonna put this in the places where I get really shiny because, I mean, I don't wanna powder too heavily because I do have, you know, under eye wrinkles and things like that. So I just want to make sure that I'm, you know, not accentuating that because again, the purpose of this is not to look like complete crap. I will say, I think it's doing a nice job. It's not, you know, it's definitely mattifying, you know, those certain areas. And I don't mind that. I don't mind certain areas being matte, you know, around my T-zone. And it looks like it did an okay job. Now I'm going to continue to pour a lot of this powder into the lid because we're gonna need a lot. It's like a normal amount of powder that people use, dear God. All right, friends, we are going to contour. Now I am using an oldie but a goodie. This is the Anastasia contour kit. Super old school, and you can tell the color that I use the most is right here. This is my contour color. And again, I'm loading my brush up quite a lot for me. I want to really see if we can contour and chisel the face and drop the brush. I'm also going to use a touch of that deeper color because I want this to be like almost like circa 2016 YouTube with the contour. Whew, that's intense. It is looking a bit crazy right now. Like, look at the difference. But I'm hoping that once I do the baking and I'm able to kind of carve out that line a little bit more, that it'll actually look kind of natural in a Kardashian kind of way. Okay, while we're doing this, I'm gonna take this kind of fluffy, dense brush, but it also kind of comes to a point. Oh, God, are we gonna contour the nose? Let's try it. Do I want to do this? Is this gonna mess everything up? It's the whole point. Out of the comfort zone, Linda. I feel like this color is so red on me. Oh my God. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender sponge and my loose powder, okay? And I'm going to take a lot. And we are going to chisel out this contour. So glad I wore a black shirt today. That was genius. Like, how did people do this without getting it in their hair? And oh my God. Now for the powder to bake this, I'm going to go back in with that same brush and just bake right on the edges. Oh, this feels so nasty. Maybe it'll look amazing. This looks so dumb. Okay, let's go in with the eyes. Now I have 3 palettes here and I kind of can't decide which one I want to go for. So the first is the Nomad Verona collection. And you know what? I think that I'm going to stay away from this one. These are very pretty bright pinks, but I don't think I want bright. And I think this one is kind of the same. Yeah, you know what? Okay, never mind. I'm going to go with the Gemini 2 by Melt. So as you can see, a lot of this is very rosy over here. Very rosy, very peach, but it's like doable, you know what I mean? And again, my goal is kind of like a normal looking pink eye. I'm not trying to go extreme. So first I'm going to take my Sigma eyeshadow base just to prime. I keep looking down at the lashes that I've picked for today, and I'm so nervous about it already because I'm like, oh, they're so big to me. They're so big. I went and purposely picked one of the biggest pairs that I had, and I've seen them on other people, and they look so good. So who knows? Maybe I'll be a lash queen after this. Doubtful. All right, so with this, again, I want this to look good. I want it to look cute. So first, let's go in with Bella, because my immediate reaction was to go in with Ladylike because it's a little browner, and I want to really embrace this. So we're going to go in with Bella, which is this very like peachy orange kind of look. And again, I'm not going for extreme today. I'm just going for, you know, pretty pink eye. Ugh. I think a lot of it also has to do with my hair and how, you know, my hair is very red and it's deep red and orange. So I don't know why, but like pink, I feel like doesn't look great against it. This is a beautiful color though, and the quality is amazing. I can say that. If you are a pink eyeshadow lover, I could see this being like the most perfect palette for you because it does have, again, it has those pinks over here, but it does have a couple of greens to balance it out. And then these really deep colors where like you can use that for a going out night and make it real smoky sexy. I will say that this color is absolutely beautiful. It really is. And I think I'm going to be doing an all matte look today because in this palette, or maybe, yeah, no, I'm going to do an all matte. Okay, moving on to the lid. Again, my first instinct is to go for Gemelas. I think it's Gemelas. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly because it does have a brown undertone, but I'm going to go for the pink next to it. And the color here is Sweetheart. This is a deeper color, which feels weird to put on the lid. I probably should have done these opposite. Well, here we go. I don't like this on myself. I'm trying. I'm really, really, really trying to turn this into something pretty. I am, I promise. Okay, well, that's definitely a soft wash. It is that. I am going to take a detailed brush and go in with some of Gemelas and just a little bit, like I don't want this to be an intense smoky eye, but I do want a little bit more definition just on the outer corner and in the crease. I feel like that tiny, tiny bit helped me a little bit. I feel like it helped ground it. I feel like you can barely tell, but for me, that really helps. Wow, okay. I just put it under the eyes. Was that a bad choice? Do I look like I have an allergic reaction now? I feel like I do. All right, for the eyebrows, I'm going incredibly chill, and I'm just going in with some Kosas Air Brow because I want to keep the focus just where it needs to be and just, you know, have my brows just groomed and filled in ever so slightly because this does have a tint to it, but I don't want anything extreme today for that. Guys, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous that the lashes are going to ruin everything. Okay, I don't know if it's been long enough. I have to wipe off this powder. Is there going to be a chiseled babe underneath of it? Take your bets down below in the comments. So I don't think it's bad. I think I was a little messy with it, with the actual like contour color, but I don't think it's terrible. Is it? Look at that. That's a freaking stripe on my face. Great. Okay, blended out is not as bad. I'm just getting those colors really like blended, but it's not terrible. I don't love it at all. I don't know. It's throwing me off a little bit. And the nose contour is just like very red. It's very red. I'm going to put a little powder on top of the contour. Okay, that's not a little powder at all. All right, I don't hate this. I feel like for a blush though, I need a kind of like corally color, something to brighten things up. This really does feel kind of ridiculous using all these at once. Okay, so I'm using the BK Beauty 109 and this cream blush from Sigma. It's called Coral Dawn and it's just a pretty coral color. And I'm gonna make sure to keep that above the contour. I'm not doing any bronzer today. I already have thoughts and feels about this look. Okay, so the lashes. I said I would do them. I said I would do them. These are the lashes I'm thinking of. Okay, these are the BK Beauty and Risa Does Makeup Vegas lashes. These are like normal everyday lashes for some people, but for me this is intense. But let's try. Let's see what it looks like. Let's try. We're trying today. So I'm definitely going to have to trim these, but how would these even look? They would look like they're on the floor. You know what? Maybe these won't be so bad because they're kind of fluffy. Okay, hold up. All right, so from the end, I am going to be clipping quite a bit. Let's see. Like the amount that I clipped is like, you know, a corner lash or an edge lash. And I think that will be good for me. Okay. One thing I will say about these lashes is that the band is very light on these. On any of the BK Beauty lashes that I've tried, the band is so light and comfortable and like very, very flexible. So they have some others that are just much more chill. They have some chill to them. And while that is drying, I'm going to go ahead and just put on one very light coat of mascara. This is a kind of lengthening and separating one. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I don't want this to be intense. I want this to be kind of soft and pretty. I'm just going to leave it just like that. And also while the glue is drying, I'm going to pick out a lip. I feel like I just want a glossy peach corally lip. As soon as I said that out loud, I realized that this is the one I want to use. So this is the Urban Decay. It's just a plumping shine balm in Name Drop. These do not sting at all. I think they just say they're plumping because of how they look. But I'm only going to apply this with no lipstick underneath because I want it to be just glossy and pretty. This just has a very little bit of color to it. Okay. Let's just do this and get it over with. Okay. All right, so putting on lashes, not my strong suit, but I don't think it's bad at all. You know, the other Linda would put on a fuck ton of like liquid liner just to blend it in, but this Linda is trying just to go a little natural, like a little bit. So what do we think? I think it looks really pretty. I think the lashes are a bit much for me. They're just a bit much for me, but they're still very fluffy and pretty, and they went on very easily. Like I don't feel them. And I do consider these to be fairly large lashes, like fairly intense, but I think they're really pretty. I don't know. This corner is killing me though. There we go. We're laying down a little bit nicer now. Okay, so I don't know. I think it looks really pretty, and I think it looks way more natural overall than I kind of thought it was going to look. I thought it was going to look like really overly dramatic, like especially the contour. Like I feel like, yes, you can tell there's a contour there, but I don't feel like it's so bad. Like, I don't know. I do feel like it's very pretty. It's very natural. It's very comfortable. And like even the pink eye, I kind of don't mind it. So here's the thing. I am proud of myself for trying this. I really am. And it has taught me like that maybe sometimes a full coverage foundation wouldn't be a bad thing. Like if I was going to an event, like a really big, maybe like a black tie wedding or something, like I'm invited to black tie weddings, they know better. But seriously, if I was invited to like some fancy schmancy dinner or something like that, then I think that this could work out, especially if I needed my makeup to last a really long time. Because as much as I am a light to no coverage foundation kind of bitch, that foundation does not last all day. And I'm okay with that. But maybe I want it to last a little bit longer, and then maybe I'd go for something like this. Now, the contour and baking, no. Look, the baking is not for me. Now, I will say the powder did a fantastic job under my eyes and like around my nose, but baking is not for me. Like, I feel ridiculous with all that on, and I feel like if you want to do this, please know I am in full fucking support of you, but I don't want to change my face, okay? I don't need to change my face so much. Like, I might do a light contour sometimes, like right here, but like the whole contouring and baking and the nose, and it's just not for me personally. Again, it's makeup. Do whatever the hell you want. But for me, it's just not my vibe. And also, like, I don't know. I guess I am surprised that I can't really feel all of that crap on my face. You know what I mean? So what's the verdict? The verdict is please play with makeup. Play with it, because it is supposed to be fun and creative and artistic, and it's not supposed to be a stressor. It's just supposed to be something that makes you feel good about yourself. And you know what? Right now, right at this second, I feel kind of cute. So that's it. If you like this video, if you like the concept, I would love it if you give it a thumbs up. That really does help out my channel. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you guys are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. The lashes are coming off. The lashes are coming off.